Welcome to World War II Chronicles, a weekly tribute to America's fighting men and women in commemoration of the Second World War. These programs are narrated by Ed Herlihy and are based on the news broadcasts of the war period from the recorded sound collection of the National Archives in Washington, D.C.
Good evening. This is London. The British nation is going through a black time. These days of unrelieved disaster have no bright glory of Dunkirk to lighten them.
As one Axis victory followed another during the winter of 1942, it seemed that the Allies might lose the war before the full weight of American economic and military power could be brought to bear. To sustain morale during this bleak period, both Churchill and Roosevelt took to the airwaves. On February 15th, Churchill attempted to rally the British public.
In his radio speech earlier today, Prime Minister Churchill notified the Empire that Singapore has fallen and that it was a heavy, far-reaching military defeat. But he said the United States' entry into the war now outweighs everything else in the world.
I speak to you all under the shadow of a heavy and far-reaching military defeat. This, therefore, is one of those moments when the British race and nation can show their quality and their genius. This is one of those moments when it can draw from the heart of misfortune the vital impulses of victory. We must remember that we are no longer alone. We are in the midst of a great company. 3/4 of the human race are now moving with us.
A few days later, President Roosevelt brought the same message to the American people with a fireside chat.
Until our flow of supplies gives us clear superiority, we must keep on striking our enemies wherever and whenever we can meet them, even if, for a while, we have to yield ground. Actually, though, we are taking a heavy toll of the enemy every day that goes by.
By mid-year, there would be at least some signs that the tide of war was turning. But before then, the Allies would endure many more serious defeats on the battlefield. I'm Ed Herlihy. Thanks for joining me for World War II Chronicles.
World War II Chronicles was produced by the American Veterans Center and Radio America in cooperation with the National Archives. To listen to more episodes, subscribe on iTunes or visit AmericanVeteransCenter.org. We need your help to keep the legacy of our World War II generation alive. Visit AmericanVeteransCenter.org to make a donation to support World War II Chronicles and the ongoing work of the American Veterans Center.